Good afternoon, it's Gary from G&H Honey Bees. So after the clean out I did in this hive yesterday, I've been really worried about what the remaining bees are doing or how many there are and whether they will survive the winter, because it's the 1st of November today. It's about 11 degrees out here, and that's about as good as it's going to get for the next while. So I took the tar paper off the outside of the box, and I'm going to lift that top box off and see how many frames of bees we still have in here. I did go through the dead bees yesterday. I put them into a large cookie tray with on parchment paper and sort of had a good look through them, and I did not see the queen. So there's still a queen in here somewhere, and there are still bees in here, but I don't think there's too many, and there's probably not enough to keep that big hive warm. So I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to see 4 or 5 frames of bees, which will, give me an idea of what to do. If I have 4 or 5 frames of bees, I may just reduce this hive to 1 box and call it a day. If there's only a couple of frames of bees, I'm going to follow a suggestion from Dan from Dan Ski's Bees to put them in a nuke and see if we can't get them through winter in a nuke. So without further ado, let's get into this and see what we have. And of course somebody's flying over in their plane. Anyway, I'm just going to lift. I'm leaving the inner cover on, and I'm simply going to lift. There's a wasp in there. I can see it down through the breather hole. I'm just going to take this whole top box right off, and that's not terribly heavy. And as I suspected, I don't know, can you see those? There's only 2 frames of bees in here. So I think what I'm going to do, yes girls, there's some bees over there, but yeah, you see the activity. That's all the bees that are in here. Is what's right here. So I'm going to take those 3 frames, and I'm simply going to lift them out, put them into the nuke. Yes, I know. Yeah, there's no other bees in this box, so let's get that into the nuke. That's got bee bread and honey on it. Not much, so let's find a better frame. You see, there's some dead bees in here. I'm going to have to take this hive all apart. Some dead bees there. That looks like a really good frame of honey. one's honey. That one's empty. That's all honey. Well, at least I got spare honey for them. So, yeah, that's all the bees that are in here. So I'm going to remove this box from this spot and put the nuke in its place and put the cover on it. Well, I might have to shake some bees out. There are still a few bees in here, so take the whole box. So let's put them over here. So I'm just going to tidy things up, and yeah, see, they're kind of confused right at the moment. Get the cover on this. There might be some extra bees in the other box, but I will shake them down into here. Let's get that cover on there, get them closed up. Make sure the entrance is open. Of course it's not open. There. And then I can clean up these other boxes and put them away for a bit, and we'll see if we can't get some recovery going from for this little box. Alright, so I'll be back in a bit once I get things organized here. So I was just looking in this bottom box, and there are frames here with brood that were trying to hatch and they didn't get a chance to. Looks like they're all dead. Brood, and a little bit of brood on this frame here as well. And there's a bit of brood left on this one. A lot of burrcomb on the bottom of that frame. That frame is empty. That frame is completely empty. That's all honey. Yeah, there's honey in that frame. Nothing. Okay, you go back. Oh, that's a wasp. So I think what I'm going to do is just clean up these frames and put this box aside for a bit, and we'll have it for next year. Depending on how well the bees do in the nuke, of course. So, alright, I'll be back in a bit. So, after thinking about what to do with this nuke, I have decided to bring it indoors, and what I've done is I've just taken a piece of 1x8 and I made a filler for the window, took the screen out of course, and got this piece of 1-inch tubing. That was all I could get my hands on in short order. And that tubing goes right up to the hole in the nuke entrance, and I 3D printed a clamp to hold it down in place. So the girls are going to be indoors. Now this is in a spare room, and we don't necessarily keep the heat on in here, but it won't get as cold as it does outside. And hopefully the bees will figure out that they have to go out that tube to get out and reorient and come back, of course. I thought this would be a good place for it because the walls in this house are 6-inch, and as you can see, the windowsills are quite wide, and the nuke is able to sit comfortably there. So, wish me luck. I don't know what else to do with them. So, anyway, I thought I'd show you this, and you can maybe give me your opinions and comments, and yeah. So, anyway, I hope you're all having a good evening, and oh, this here was my model making room, and in the winter time when I get really bored, I make these dioramas. Here's my old World War I setup. A few different tank models and stuff that I built. Shell casings. Anyway, so that's it for the best I can do for now. I'll keep you posted on how this rescue goes, and we'll see what happens with them. All we can do is cross our fingers and pray. Alright, so we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.